The Aceliner Model 502 stapler. Made in the United States, or at least it was. They don't make this model anymore. Why am I talking about staplers? Well, a lot of reasons really. So maybe you know, maybe you don't. I've mentioned it a couple times on the channel that I do buy and sell things. I resell things. So that puts me in a lot of thrift stores and yard sales and things like that, looking for items like, well, like this. It's not the only thing I sell. I do new stuff too, but my favorite part of that whole game is finding things like this and the thoughts that it provokes, the kind of things that it makes you realize about life. So we're gonna get into the stapler. If you're here for the stapler, great. We're gonna look at it. Also, it's gonna circle back around to cars in a way, and a lot of other stuff. And some stuff that you're probably gonna think, oh, is this political? Yes, no. I'm an American. I live in America, right? There's this political saying or slogan going around, make America great again. And there's people that attack it. There's people that say, well, it's just basically a good thing to say. But what does it mean? All right, forget the social aspect. We're not gonna go there today. But I think I kind of have an idea of what it could mean. And this stapler is connected to that. And it's connected to cars and everything else. So let's look at the stapler. Let's see if I can set you guys up. Maybe we can set the camera up here. See if we can do this in one take. Let's look at the stapler. So this is the Aceliner Model 502. See that there. And most importantly, Chicago, Illinois. And then if you turn this back over, where is it at? Made in the United States of America. Made in USA. So look at the stapler for a minute, guys. We will give a little credit to the actual device. I saw this on a shelf in a thrift store, and I had to grab it because the price was right. I can resell this and I can make a few dollars. But also, here's the thing why I do that. So this is just a stapler. You can get a stapler anywhere, and you can pretty much get them very cheap, you know, whatever, a couple dollars at the thrift store. This stapler is heavy. I don't know if you can't tell, obviously, but it is heavy. It's got a good heft to it. It's got a good look to it. Probably need to polish it up a little bit, clean it up some more, but yeah, let's bring this over. All right. So it's got a really good look to it. It's got this kind of like Bakelite looking furniture. That's awesome. I looked at some other models that this company made. They had also some green furniture that looked really cool, and I think they might have had a gray. That probably looked a little bit more industrial, but look at the shape. You know, look at the kind of design here. It's awesome. So it has the name Aceliner up in the top here, and it's got this pivot. So this is not like a normal swing line. I've seen hundreds of swing lines. This is gonna get into what we're talking about. We'll talk about it in just a minute after we get through with this. So you have the pivot is in great shape, okay? By the way, guys, this is mid-century modern is what I would call this. I don't know exactly when this was manufactured, but I'm guessing it could have been in the 50s, 60s, you know. Mid-century modern is the category I would put it in as somebody who sells things. So you have the pivot, great shape. You have this, I don't know if you guys know this, but this is actually how you can select the staples. So on one setting, the staples, come on, John. The staples go in the paper, and on another setting, you select, they go not quite in the paper, so that you can pull the tab out of the back of the staple if you need to. That's something that I've learned just over time, buying and reselling and using these staplers for different purposes. All right, so this is a little different than the swing lines. When you load it, you have this little tab here. You have to pull that up, you pull it out and actually swing it out, and then you can load your staples in the back. It's pretty cool. And it's just a unique design, and then it comes in and clips in. And it's cool how they looked at the details on this when they made it. And you have the little Bakelite tab here, and it just goes right in your fingers, your finger and thumb there. Very nice. It just feels good. This is a solid piece, guys, and it's well made. You see the rubber footing, the way they designed this, they're secured. After all these years, they're still there, still in great shape. Okay, the finish is in pretty good condition. I'm getting my prints all over it. But yeah, you can do, it's not a top loader, it's a back loader, but you can observe, see that click, it's perfect. You can observe the channel there. See the staplers are way, the staples are way down underneath that. So you can't load it from the top, you have to load it from the back, but you can observe and also gain access, I guess, to the spring. And this is gonna clip back. Wow, just shot a staple out there. Don't staple yourself, John. But it's gonna clip back perfectly. So this unclips and clips. We'll shoot another staple out perfectly. And the stapler works great. All right, so that's the Swingline 502. We're gonna just give you a little, turn it around. See back there, see that furniture, the attention to detail. All right, so why is this relevant? All right, let's just sit in the back of the Jeep here and we'll talk for a second. So that stapler was made in the United States of America by Americans, and you can see the quality level is really good. And if you feel it, it's even better. It's like, it's a heavy stapler. Now I've gotten that from a lot of the older swing lines. I don't have a swing line out here right now because I was just, you know, here, and I had this stapler that I just found, just cleaned up. I may sell it. I might actually trade it out for one of the ones that I have that I use in the house because it just looks so cool with that Bakelite furniture. But my point is that even with the swing lines, which are made in China now, and I believe this company still is around, but they make their products in Taiwan. Probably still good quality products for the most part, but you know, not made by Americans. So Americans aren't profiting on that like they were with this. Like, so if you just look at the staplers, and I know staplers, right? Silly thing, but it tells the story. I find swing lines all the time. United States made swing lines from, you know, 30, 40, 50 years ago, whatever, and they're in great condition in many cases. Now this has no rust on it whatsoever. Sometimes you find rust, but the swing lines that were made in the United States are always in better condition than even the ones made in China from like 5-10 years ago. You know, the ones made in China, the finish chips off. They just aren't going to last as long. I'm telling you guys, they're functional, they'll work, but they're not going to last as long. They don't have that heft. They don't have that that quality. Now this just has a craftsmanship to it. I mean, it just has a really good. I mean, look at that. Look at that. It just has like a kind of a craftsmanship to it. It just looks elegant, kind of like cars. If you watch the car shows that I do on this channel, you can see cars from the 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s that look amazing. Now those cars were built right here in the United States, in Detroit, for the most part, by Americans. I mean, a guy could build the car, or at least have hands-on in the process of building the car in the assembly line, afford to buy a house, and even afford to buy one of the cars that he built, that, you know, and it'll be a sense of pride. He could say, hey, look, I had my hands on this, I built this this car, you know. Really cool. That's a cool thing that we just do not have here in the United States. So when they say, and this is what you're going to think is political part, when they say make America great again, maybe this is what they're talking about. Not the social stuff. I mean, there's that, and we could have that conversation, but like I said, we're not going to have that conversation today. This is just anybody can realize this is a better made stapler than what we have available today. You know, even in the same brand, like I said, like I sell a lot of older swing line staplers, and people want the ones that are made in the United States. because they were better than the ones you can get today, same model, made in China. And it just is what it is, guys. With the cars being built in Detroit, you know, and look at what has happened to Detroit. It's sad. So when they say make America great again, maybe, you know, when I think of it, that's kind of what I think of. I'm not advocating necessarily for that slogan. There's probably a lot of like stuff going on in the background with that slogan. I don't know, but to me it kind of does make sense. And this is why it makes sense, because I see this kind of stuff all the time. It's one of my favorite things to do, is find old things. And you know, you find things made in Germany that are high quality, you find things made in other places, but America, made in America, mid-century modern, was excellent quality. That's a reason why everybody's going to that style now. They kind of like that style, and you know, they're like, I like the mid-century modern style. It's because it represents something really cool. People know it subconsciously. They know it like without really thinking too much. They see it and they say, that looks like quality, elegance, you know, craftsmanship, somebody that had pride in what they were building. And yeah. So the Aceliner, they call it. The Aceliner 502. It's an example of that, I think. You might not like the way it looks, but you know, and am I into staplers? Not really. I mean, I use them. My kids use them for school and stuff like that. So I have to have staplers around the house anyway, but I buy and sell them. It's one of the things I buy and sell. If I find the old, especially the old ones, the old made in the United States staplers, if they're $2, $3 to $4, whatever, I usually pick them up anyway. Especially if they look like this. This just looks cool. The furniture, really awesome on this. Like I said, they have another one that's that they made that was green. It had a green, like just like this with the swirls and everything. Looked really cool. Like to find one of those. It'd be cool to find one of those and this, and then somebody could have a set of both. That's the mindset that I use when I'm buying and selling things. I'm getting an item to the person with whom it belongs, right? Because people are going to appreciate. There's somebody that's going on eBay to find a stapler like this is going to appreciate what this stapler is to begin with. They're not just going to stumble upon that and say, I need a stapler, and then just buy that, right? They're going to appreciate it. They're going to take care of it. They're going to use it probably. And yeah, so I like to get things in the hands of, you know, the people who are going to do right by them. And that's kind of part of what I do. You know, that's kind of part of the mission for selling things on eBay. But anyway, guys, if you got anything out of this video, if it provoked, you know, some thinking, whatever, the election is very near. It's like next week, so that'll be done, and hopefully the political ads will go away. You know, I had to bring that slogan in though, because it just made sense for this conversation. So this is it's not a political video. It's just, dude, we made things great in America at one time, and that's cool. I know there's some companies out there that are that still make things in the United States, very high quality. If you work for a company like that or know of a company like that, do me a favor, let me know in the comments, because I want to do business with them. I like doing business with people who make their things in the United States. There's currently have to buy a lot of things that are not made in the United States. A, for budget. B, because, you know, they don't. There's a couple knife companies, I'm really into knives, that are made in the United States, and their prices are through the roof, and it's just not worth it. Honestly, it's just not worth it. They could probably sell the knives for a lot less. These aren't handmade knives. They're just, you know, made on a bench, I guess you could say. Whatever. I'm not. If you're a knife person, you know who I'm talking about. Good knives, don't get me wrong, but the price is crazy. So I think they could do better in that. I do want to see American companies succeed, guys. It's my country. If you live here and it's your country, you want to see it succeed too, or you live in another country. Don't you want people to do well in your country and have things that that you can say you're proud of or whatever? as far as, you know, working. Maybe if you work in a factory or something, you get paid a decent wage to do something, do a decent job, and something you can be proud of. You can even buy that product and say, look, I made this. That's cool. If we could get back to that in this country, I think we could solve a lot of problems. So, and I think it goes with the cars, it goes with a lot of other things. But guys, the video is going on way too long. It's going to be enough for the day. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I did this in one take. I tried to, you know, hopefully we didn't, I didn't staple myself, so that's good. But until next time, I'm out.